Welcome to this explainer. From a really young age, we're handed this incredibly seductive map to success. Just say yes to everything. Open every single door you can find. The wider your net, the richer the catch, right? Well, what if that exact mindset is actually a trap? What if standing in a hallway, frantically opening dozens of doors, is the literal thing keeping you from actually walking into the room? Today, we're going to explore why ruthlessly narrowing your focus might just be the ultimate key to unlocking your true potential.
I know, it sounds totally counterintuitive. We naturally assume that having more choices and juggling more projects means we have a much higher chance of success. But look around us. We are constantly treading water in this rising tide of complexity. It slowly steals our time, it completely fractures our attention, and it just drains our energy. We spread ourselves incredibly thin trying to do it all, and as a result, we kind of end up doing none of it particularly well.
So enter the opportunity paradox. It's this fascinating reality that having way too many good options is often the very thing that leads to failure. Why? Because it absolutely kills commitment. Psychology Today actually uses a brilliant dating metaphor for this. Highly employable, ambitious people often keep one foot out the door, right? They're always scanning the horizon for that next better opportunity. But because they never stop looking, they never actually settle down to reap the deep compounding rewards of what's already right in front of them.
Let's move into Act 1, the context, and lay down some groundwork.
To really understand our own limits, we can look to a guiding philosophy my father affectionately called Papa's Take, which is wisdom passed down from his own father, Papa Q-Bear. He'd always say, a talented juggler might force 6 balls into the air for a fleeting, chaotic moment. But for true, sustained effectiveness, 3 balls is all you can juggle. It's just a fundamental human limit. To achieve true mastery, we literally must whittle our focus down to the vital few. All right, on to Act 2, navigating workplace paradoxes. Out in the modern workplace, we run into some really counterintuitive truths. First up is the persuasion paradox. Based on Dr. Robert Cialdini's work, it proves that influence isn't about being the loudest voice in the room. We see this all the time, right? The microwave approach. It's aggressive, frantic, people just trying to outshout everyone else. But true persuasion, it's a campfire. It's a slow burn. It's quiet, calculated groundwork. You just let your work speak for itself, and you build genuine warmth and trust over time. Next, we have the effort paradox. Research actually shows that intentionally choosing to do the harder things makes your life so much easier in the long run. When you tackle a task specifically because it demands immense effort, like mastering a highly complex new skill, you basically build a moat around your own value. What everybody else finds incredibly difficult eventually just becomes second nature to you, and that breeds deep, unshakable confidence. Which brings us right back to the opportunity paradox. Picture a master sailor. They don't frantically chase after every single gust of wind that blows by. No, they read the weather, they select the right wind, and they sail deep into it. MIT Sloan research reveals that leaders who just grab at every single opportunity grow totally rigid and paralyzed trying to execute them all. But the ones who choose carefully, they maintain their flexibility, their creativity, and their momentum. So let's get practical with Act 3, your personal strategic plan. How do we actually apply all of this? I want you to think of your time like you're a master gardener tending to a plot of land. To let the absolute finest flowers bloom, you have to prune away all the rest. The Center for Association Leadership suggests a brilliant method for this kind of pruning. First, clarify your core values. Second, do a brutal SWOT analysis on yourself, your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Third, set goals that are aligned only with those core values. And finally, find an accountability partner to help keep your shears sharp. And when you're planting those seeds, I want you to remember our magic number, 3. It's the juggler with 3 balls. It's the gardener nurturing 3 incredibly strong plants instead of just scattering 100 seeds to the wind. You absolutely must limit your major priorities, or you seriously risk diluting your impact into nothingness. Now, to protect those 3 priorities, try using the Bridgespan Stoplight Dashboard. It is a ruthless self-assessment tool. Green means strong progress, red means poor progress, but yellow, listen, yellow is your biggest threat. It is a massive, flashing warning sign that you are spreading yourself way too thin. If your personal dashboard is full of yellow, it is time to grab your pruning shears. You have to ruthlessly cut or delegate any task that distracts from your vital few. Bringing it all home now with our final section, the synthesis, focusing on the vital few. Here are the big things you should take away from this explainer. Saying no might feel like a missed opportunity at first, but it's actually the ultimate act of strategic discipline. Limit yourself to a strict maximum of core priorities. The golden rule here is to stay focused on the vital few and ensure they match your core principles. And don't forget the paradoxes. Doing the quiet, hard work always yields the loudest, most sustainable results over time. To wrap things up, let's return one last time to Papa's wisdom and to the quiet strength of his wife, Colonel Debs. In a noisy world that is constantly aggressively demanding your attention, the most courageous thing you can do is carve out the time to sit quietly and reflect. You absolutely have to stay focused on the vital few and ensure they match your core principles. Look, every single yes you give costs you something else. Your time, your attention, and your energy are entirely finite resources. So I'm going to leave you with this. If your time is a finite garden, which 3 flowers will you choose to let bloom today? Take a moment, choose carefully, and just watch how much more you can accomplish when you finally decide to take on less.